I remember last year you said that running in a race like this kind of pushes you and helps you get a better time. Is that the same this week?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. And interestingly, that race was a lot more, I'd say, smooth and not forced compared to my previous races. So to me, that felt like I could do that in a decathlon. That's what it would feel like. So that's always a plus.
What is the goal when you do something like this? You know, you're decathlete and racing against the best hurdlers in the world.
I would say just compete. So I knew Andy Turner from Great Britain was on my right, and I can't really see anybody else during the race. But my goal visually was just beat him. And that'd take me a fast time. I wish I could have seen the other guys. I really didn't get a glimpse of them until they were, we were like 4 or 5 hurdles to go. So it's okay. I mean, it was just try to beat the other guys, generally.
How much do they pull you? Is that a real thing? Can you run faster when these guys are running next to you than you could if you were running on air, basically?
I think so. It's just, I don't know what happens. I don't know really how to explain it in a sentence, but competitively, there's just something where I'm like, go, 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 you gotta beat him, and I don't know, my body just goes quicker. And actually, I told my coach before this race, I was like, screw technique, just get on the line and try to beat these guys, or get as close as I can. So it was very good. I'm pleased. It was good.
One more pre for you in the books?
Yeah.
What was this year's pre like for you?
It was really good. Last year I was so nervous. I was shaking in the blocks. And this year I was a lot more calm, a lot more mellow, not really nervous at all. And I thought for myself, I was very professionally run race, good warm up, good everything, and yeah, excited about it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. In the morning after I've done 5 other events. So
how hard is that?
It's sometimes pretty difficult. I mean, you feel warmed up and you're asking your body to respond, and it may not always respond like it did here today. You may say let's go faster or whatever, and maybe it doesn't want it. But I don't know. Yeah. Thanks.
I'm actually trying to get on we're psychologists. Cool. We're interested in how you stay focused mentally and get prepared.
I think the way I stay focused is just focusing on trying to beat someone. And so if you make it easy, I normally think about technique and all these other things during practice, but during the competition I just forget all that. I literally just try to race. I go over the hurdles, whatever feels natural, fluid. I don't think about technique or anything. I just try to get to the line as fast as I can. I mean, the quickest way to an objective is a direct line, so it's kind of focusing on competing.
Yeah. Sheila Reed ran a lifetime best in the 1500.
Yeah. The start is generally the most nerve-wracking, just because I know these guys are really fast. Clearly, I mean, we just tied the world record. And when I get into the blocks, I'm trying to basically not think about much, just let the body react. Again, kind of just focusing on competing. And then during the race, mostly a blur. I noticed when I got tired, I got a little bit more sloppy. I felt as if I lost some time there towards the end of the race. At the beginning of the race, you're mostly just trying to set up a good race. So it's like a snowball effect. If you hit the first hurdle, it kind of sets you up bad for the rest. So it's clean over the first. Then in the race, you're racing. Then towards the end, I think for me, I'm just trying to stay sharp. And then at the end, it's all over, and you kind of wonder what time you ran.
So you just got to kind of be ready for whatever's trial.
Extremely well. I mean, fitness is there. The technique, it's like whatever. I'm healthy, so I would say sets me up well.
Would this have been a winning time in the decathlon?
Most definitely. Would have been the decathlon world record. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, no problem.